Guys, the topic I'm going to take is related to economics, India, and its PPP journey. It will be a detailed discussion. Source is Business Standard. What is PPP? Public Private Partnership. How did this evolve? Evolution. See, first is state led infrastructure. (1947 to 1992). After independence, infrastructure development was almost entirely funded and managed by the government. Infrastructure development. Planning Commission directed investments in sectors like railways, dams, roads, power. Private companies had little or no role in infrastructure creation. No role of private companies. Then beginning of PPPs. After 1991 economic reforms. India started involving the private sector to bridge the infrastructure funding gap. Early initiatives included private power projects like GVK's Jagarupadu power plant, India's first private toll road between Rao and Pithampur, Madhya Pradesh by ILNFS. Then Rakesh Mohan Committee, 1996, concluded that the government funds alone were insufficient for future infrastructure needs. Then expansion. Of PPP framework. (1997 to 2007). Several institutions and reforms this strengthened PPPs, like Infrastructure Development Finance Company (IDFC), established as the first dedicated infrastructure financier. Then TRAI, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, first independent infrastructure regulator. Tariff Authority for major ports, TAMP. It regulated tariffs and private participation. Then Electricity Act 2003. Open electricity generation distribution to private players. Then NHAI National Highways Authority of India promoted private investment in highways. Then came the golden phase of PPPs, 2007 to 2012. 11th 5-year plan. Aim to increase infrastructure investment from 5 to 9% of GDP. Private sector's share in infrastructure investment increased from 22% to 37%. Major successes included modernization of Delhi and Mumbai airports, and rapid highway construction through PPPs. Growth of private ports such as Mundra. Banks, they aggressively finance the infrastructure projects. Then came 2012 2014 PPP crisis. Rapid expansion without adequate safeguards led to serious problems. Over 40,000 megawatt of private thermal power capacity became stranded. Many highway PPP projects became financially unviable. Public sector banks witnessed a sharp rise in NPAs. It was 2.5% in 2010 to 14.6% by 2016. Infrastructure sector accounted for nearly half of corporate insolvency cases. Shift back to government funding. 2014-2023. Shift back to government funding. Due to failed PPP projects, the government shifted towards engineering, procurement and construction (EPC) model, where government bears most of the cost. Highway construction increased significantly from 8 to 9 km per day to nearly 29 km per day. To attract private participation, the government introduced HAM, hybrid annuity model. Government funds 40% of project cost. Private developer finances the remaining 60%, receives annuity payments. Private developer, 40% government, private developer 60% and receives annuity payments. What are the new focus areas? Renewable energy, nuclear power, battery storage, semiconductor manufacturing, high speed rail. Then here the private investment had declined to below 20% of total infrastructure investment. Then 2026 onwards came the asset monetization era. Government shifted from creating new PPP projects to asset recycling through National Monetization Pipeline NMP 2.0. Asset recycling NMP is National Monetization Pipeline 2.0. Target was 16.72 lakh crore by 2030. Operational assets like highways, power transmission lines, and ports are monetized to attract private investment. NHI has successfully monetized several highway assets, showing strong investor interest. The long-term goal is to increase private participation in infrastructure from about 20% to nearly 40%. Long-term goal 20 to 40%. Now, advantages of PPPs. Public-private partnership का advantages. Mobilizes private investment. C. It reduces pressure on government finances. Attracts private capital for large infrastructure projects. Example, infrastructure investment trusts and national monetization pipeline. Then improves efficiency. Private firms, they are incentivized to complete projects on time and within budget. Reduces delays and cost overruns. Faster highway construction under hybrid annuity model. Then better risk sharing. Risks are allocated to the party best suited to manage them. Government handles the land acquisition and approvals part, and private partner manages construction and operations part. This improves the project implementation. Brings modern technology. Private companies introduce advanced technology and better project management. Example, modernization of airports at Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore with world-class facilities. Then better maintenance and service delivery. PPPs, they focus on entire life cycle of an asset, including maintenance. Example, redevelopment of railway stations like Rani Kamplavati railway station with improved passenger facilities. Greater accountability. Competitive bidding ensures transparency, performance standards like KPIs. They hold private operators accountable. The Public-Private Partnership Appraisal Committee evaluates major PPP projects before approval. Boosts economic growth. Encourages participation of local businesses and MSMEs. Creates employment and supports industries like cement and steel. Viability gap funding helps attract investment into socially important but financially less profitable projects. These were the advantages. Challenges. Regulatory delays. Multiple approvals, environment, forests, utilities delay projects. Many projects, they experience significant cost overruns due to procedural delays. Then land acquisition problems. Land disputes and rehabilitation issues often delay projects. Example, delays in completion of Noida International Airport. Contractual disputes. Long-term contracts, they face disagreements due to changing economic conditions. Slow dispute resolution increases project costs and delays. Public opposition. Higher user charges like tolls often lead to protest. Political pressure may force governments to alter contracts. Fiscal risks. Governments may face large contingent liabilities if PPP projects fail. Failed projects can ultimately become a burden on public finances. Last, weak institutional capacity. Many state governments and urban local bodies, they lack expertise to design and monitor complex PPP contracts. This can result in poorly negotiated agreements favoring private partners. Now, strategies. Standardize PPP contracts. Develop sector-specific standard concession agreements. Include provisions for inflation, technological changes, and risk sharing. Improve selection of private partners. Evaluate bidders based on technical expertise and past performance, not just the lowest bid. Give greater weight to quality and long-term capability. Quality and long-term capability. strengthen institutional capacity. Create dedicated infrastructure support cells with legal, financial, and technical experts. Build institutional memory and improve project monitoring. Then faster dispute resolution. Set up independent dispute robots for large projects and resolve disagreements quickly without lengthy court cases. Digital monitoring. Use IoT based systems and real time dashboards to monitor project performance. Increase transparency and enable timely corrective action. Then promote asset recycling. Monetize operational assets through InVITs and toll operate transfer models. Use the proceeds to finance new infrastructure projects. Last, improve fiscal transparency. Publish an annual statement of all PPP related guarantees and contingent liabilities. This helps governments plan for potential financial risk and improves accountability. So that was all India and its PPP journey. Thank you.